How are you, sir?
I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. This is fun. This is exciting. Um, I, there are people who my family isn't as into movies as I am. Most people aren't, but that's fair. But there's six or seven names that they'll know who I'm talking about, or if they don't know their name, you mention a movie and they go, "Oh, that guy." And I think you're definitely one of those that
Oh, it's
is
great.
it's a weird compliment, but I feel it shows that like even people who don't pay attention to who's in the movie unless they're a big movie star, they catch on to what you're doing.
How great. Well, that's lovely.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, especially, when you start out, you're, just hoping to get the first job and then the second job and that, someone will keep feeding me. But at what point do you realize that people are, not just appreciating the work, but it's becoming part of their existence. Like they know it in their bones.
Well, uh, I suppose you know, uh, there was a certain point, maybe, I don't know, because I've lost all sense of time, but
Yeah,
say,
yeah, you and me both.
I don't know, 8 years ago, kind of a thing, 10
Yeah.
years ago, I really was unemployable and I got no work for a very, very long time as an actor. And I I agreed to do one of these Comic Cons. Do you know what
Mhm.
that is?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The conventions where they have all the people, that when they all dress up like superheroes, or it used to be comic books, now it's movies, basically.
Right, right. And basically you sit at a little table with pictures of yourself
Yeah,
from different projects, TV and film, and
yeah,
people come and talk. They buy your picture and you sign it, and then you talk to them.
yeah,
And I at first did it because I had no work as an actor,
yeah.
but then I became insanely fond of it. Uh, and meeting all of these fans,
Hmm.
I did learn. I was shocked to realize the huge role that entertainment plays in people's lives and the huge role that each of us actors plays in people's lives. And the fact that I met people who were very familiar with me and had seen me in many different things, and not only seen me, but these films and TV shows actually were important to them.
Yeah,
Um, I really had not dreamed of that before. And I don't know, I was shocked.
yeah.
I didn't know what to make of it, and I still don't.
I mean, it says something about, the quality of the work and the variety that it can be. Oh, I loved you in. And then the answer could be something that their parents showed them when they were younger. It can be an animated thing that they found on their own. It can be, going back and watching a film from a filmmaker they like to. Oh, wait, he's in that? Like there's something to when you find an actor you like, really at any age, like pulling up what they've done and going and finding and going, oh, now I've discovered this. It's this weird entrance way that leads you to seven other things you fall in love with. So it's not only are they appreciating you, they then appreciate everyone you've worked with, and it becomes this fun cycle.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, when I was younger, such things couldn't happen. I mean, they depend on the computer and on even on streaming. I mean,
Yeah.
when I was 20, the movie came out and you either saw it or you missed it.
Yeah.
Nobody saw a movie, more
Yeah.
than twice.
Yeah. Unless they went there to see it a second time
Yeah.
because they would
I
hold
mean,
it. Yeah.
I had a friend who was that kind of person,
Yeah.
and he went to see uh, a movie that is not terribly well known today, Tiger Bay. He saw it
Okay.
28 times.
And
but he had to seek out different theaters where it was playing, and
yeah. Oh yeah, the times change, and I mean that's what makes, I think, even to some degree, seeing someone like you continue to get work is there's a reliable presence of like, oh, if I have to show someone how to watch the movie and it requires pushing buttons on the TV and then it starts playing, that's weird. Oh, but I know that guy. Like that's comforting. I'm not as concerned. Like that's a thing that I think people, don't realize. Just like, oh, it's on TV. Is it still a movie or did it, that all of that, we went through that evolution now. So anytime you see like a comforting presence, I think it's a pleasing feeling of just, oh, this is what I remember just seeing at the movies.
Yeah. And of course, there were character actors
Yeah.
that, even in my childhood, it was great to see them again
Oh,
in
yeah.
something else, playing another character. I love that.
Yeah, and for me especially, this is fun because we haven't seen you get a lead role in a long time, and there's something about a character actor in a lead role because you're so used to, okay, he's going to be here for 5 minutes, she's going to be here for 2 scenes, but they're going to ace them. Those are going to be two of my favorite scenes, and now 95% of the scenes has them. Like, will it still translate? And I think when you see someone get to do their thing for 90 minutes instead of 9, it's amazing.
Oh, I'm glad you say that. I mean, it's a risk,
Yeah.
obviously. I mean, there is, for the filmmaker and the audience, there must be a reason why they picked that guy to appear for 9 minutes.
Yeah.
There must be a reason. And would it really work to have them for 90 minutes? And of course, obviously, in doing the movie, Rifkin's Festival, I kind of put that question away.
Yeah.
Didn't try. I tried not to worry about it too much.
Yeah, it's the director's problem, it's not yours.
Right.
That I don't have to sell the movie. You pay me to be in it. I do it. I have a good time, and that's your problem. Enjoy that.
Yes.
I mean, but that is the thing. Also, you may be taking a risk, but also, or the filmmaker may be taking a risk in any case, but there's also a reason. Like, you saw something in the script that made you want to do it, or they offered so much money that you wanted to do it, which is also a great reason to do things. And the filmmakers the same way. They looked at everyone and went, I think this person will do the best job. Maybe not like what everyone's envisioning, but the job that I want done in my head. And that's
Yes.
that's that's cool. It's cool to be wanted, and it's cool to be wanted in a way of nobody else but you.
Yeah. That's right.
What about this script spoke to you besides obviously being like, of course I want to do this because this is my type of movie. But like, is when you in general when you look at a script, are there things that pop out that make you go, I want to meet this guy, or I want to sign on to this, or I just want to know more, as opposed to the ones that go in the trash?
Well, you're flattering me to assume that I'm, you know, have a vast array of choice. But quite honestly, I pretty much set my standards, quite a long time ago, which was I have a lot of well, I take myself rather too seriously. I'm
Hmm.
sure most people would say, but I do take myself seriously and my life seriously.
Someone's gotta.
So, say what?
Someone's gotta. Why not be you,
Right,
right? Yeah.
exactly. So I am a critic of the way the world is run.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't really believe in many of the principles by which the world is run. The desire to suppress other people, the desire to be superior, the desire to have supremacy.
Yeah.
and I don't really like the injustice and inequality in the world, and cruelty doesn't appeal to me, and I don't really believe in revenge, and all these
Yeah.
things. Those are principles that I can express in words.
Totally.
When I read a script, I don't think about it in those terms, but I remain the same person. And many, many scripts I find nauseating
Mhm.
or disgusting, or I just have a feeling, well, I will be embarrassed if my friends were to see me in this,
Yeah.
and I would be embarrassed to be in this, and I might feel sick
Yeah.
even making it if I were in this. So there are things that disgust me, and I don't do those. Otherwise, I'll do anything,
Yeah.
really.
And
If
that's,
it doesn't nauseate me, I'll do it.
I mean, it's a great note to give the director. You're like, didn't nauseate me. Let's meet on Tuesday. Like there are people who would love to hear that. But it's true. I mean, it's there's something between like taking yourself seriously and being someone people can't stand to deal with, and there's a big difference. Like everyone has relatives that they know are like, oh, that's the serious guy. Like, but at the same time, you want to talk to him. Like, there's a reason you're in a Michael Moore documentary because he's my friend, but he's a serious person, and I think people will enjoy listening to this person as opposed to feel like, oh, we're being subjected to this person and their opinions. And that's a fine line. And when you get to that point, why not? If you have a little pedestal and you have something important to say, why not say it? There are plenty of people who say nothing.
Yeah, well, I that's right. And I of course, there are things that I've done in
Yeah,
film that have been like, oh my God, this is an incredibly great opportunity,
totally.
which I feel about all of the Woody Allen films I've been in. And I feel that about, I was in, I guess, four of Louis Malle,
Yeah.
um, and I thought, wow, I mean, I can't believe that I'm so lucky as to be doing these things.
Yeah.
But I have enjoyed 95% of the things that I've done, because I've not done
Yeah.
the things where I just knew I would be miserable.
And I think having a good time is also reflective on the screen. Like you can tell when someone doesn't want to be there because it's there's something in it. There's that like hollowness of, oh, they're going through the motions that you never want to see. But I think as long as someone wants to be there, almost whatever they're doing, whether it's like being the voice of a toy or reciting Woody Allen dialogue, like that's inherently a pleasurable experience for someone to do, whether anyone thinks it's funny or not, whether anyone likes it or not. For the person doing it, how can you not enjoy these like little one-liners that are just meant to like put a smile on someone's face?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, and yeah, I mean, uh, and I've done a lot of television
Yeah.
where, which is even more like a school play than a film is. I mean,
Yeah.
it's more informal in a way, and it's and I do have I mean, whatever. Yeah, I mean, once I'm there,
Yeah.
I'm 100% there,
Mm.
because I've already accepted it.
Totally. Yeah. The check
Or,
might have cleared.
it's great. So and I actually try to have fun.
Yeah.
You may say this is shallow, and it is, but I try to, frankly, figure out how to have fun in doing
Yeah.
pretty much anything that I do.
Yeah. Well, if you're
I
not,
don't,
you know,
I don't mean just films. I mean even in life, if it's got to be a fun way to wash these dishes
Yeah,
that will be enjoyable or amusing. So let's find it.
exactly. And I mean that's where film comes in. Oh, I have to sit and do this. Oh, let me put on, a movie I love in the background. So I don't have to pay that much attention to it, but I'm letting The Princess Bride waft over me while I'm doing my taxes or something like that. And suddenly, you're like, I still don't like doing my taxes, but this could be worse. There's something to that.
Yeah.
Um, and just as we wrap up, I just want to reiterate, um, I really enjoy seeing you in anything. So seeing you here and seeing 90 concentrated minutes of getting to be that person, which is like you look at that person like, oh, it's my grandfather. It's somebody's grand. There's a very familiar aspect to the role and getting to go back and forth because every interaction in the movie is a little duel. It's very fun to me. Like, you talking about going to the doctor that often and Gina Gershon going, what did you have? Is there a sale? It's the kind of thing, like your grandfather, your uncle would have been like that line, and that would have just been what stayed with them. And I just love getting to still have that in the world.
How great. Thank you.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you so much for doing this.